Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video I am going to be giving you an update on Celsius and everything that we know thus far. So unfortunately Celsius has not given us much information yet, and we're going off a lot of speculation. So like I mentioned before, some of this could be true, some of this could be false, and some of this could be somewhere in the middle. So we got on the 17th, like I mentioned on Friday, Celsius always has their AMA at 1 p.m. Eastern time. They canceled it last minute, and instead, if you missed it, gave us this very pathetic video. Let's watch. It's fast.
Hi everybody. While we navigate some very difficult challenges, we will be pausing AMAs for now, so Celsius can focus on this very important work for the community.
So literally 10 seconds of Alex basically saying hi, bye. Because he said essentially nothing in that video. And he was definitely reading off of a piece of paper. It was like, honestly, I felt like that video could have just not even been posted at all. It was more concerning to see that particular video than to hear essentially nothing at all. Because every time Celsius does speak to us, it's just fluff. It's nothing substantial. It's zero information. This Monday morning, I got my Celsius rewards, which I believe that they should pause rewards at this time. It doesn't make sense. If they can't give us the money already in there, then why are they continuously paying us rewards? It makes absolutely no sense. And getting these emails is like salt in a wound, basically. Okay, so yesterday we also got a community note from Celsius, a whole lot of nothing once again. Every time, like I said, they come out with something, it's a whole lot of nothing. It has been 1 week since we paused withdrawals, swap, and transfers. We want our community to know that our objective continues to be stabilizing our liquidity and operations. This process will take time. As has been a priority since our company's inception, we maintain an open dialogue with regulators and officials. We plan to continue working with regulators and officials regarding this pause and our company's determination to find resolution. We are pausing our Twitter spaces and AMAs to focus on navigating these unprecedented challenges and seeking to fulfill our responsibilities to our community. Acting in the interest of our community remains our top priority, and we will continue to work around the clock. Well, just to give you some insight, I was speaking with a friend who has a loan out with Celsius, and they spent 2 hours on the phone because they wanted to just get more questions answered about their loan and see if they can transfer between accounts. They did not have the intention on putting in new funds to add collateral to existing loans because, in my opinion, that is not a good idea. I personally would not do that, but this is never financial advice. Make your own decisions. So from other information, we know that Celsius has a liquidation price of currently about $13,600. So this is what's interesting, and this is some information that came out a few days ago that kind of is a potential, and it seems decently legit, of why exactly this entire situation is happening with Celsius. So if you remember when when UST went down, basically, Alex had announced, I don't know if he announced, but there was information out there that Celsius got out 2 days before the fall of the Luna network. And that kind of raised a red flag to me. I'm like, how, like, it's not just good timing that you get out $400 million 2 days before the spiral of Terra. And so there's a possibility that basically Terra went out to the big whales and almost asked for like a bailout. And Celsius thought that was too much risk for their community, and so they backed out while it deeply affected other investors in the network, into Terra and Luna. So what happened was these whales got pissed off at Celsius for not basically backing up Terra and pulling out, which could have potentially been the beginning of the downward spiral. And so in return, we're seeing these whales trying to specifically take down Celsius. Okay, so FTX has something to do with this, and I believe Alameda, which is a hedge fund as well. So yeah, basically what happened was they came to Celsius, asked for in a sense, like support in the whole situation, and Celsius was like, no. So that's a potential of kind of how it all started. And so this feels like, in my opinion, this is like a war of the whales, and us little guys, we're just trapped in the middle of this like really intense war. I also mentioned on my previous videos about the Celsius coin and this whole short squeeze situation. So Cell coin is currently sitting at 85 cents. It's up 25% today. And so since the 18th, it's up significantly. So it looks like this is becoming a profitable trade. It's up over 100% over the past couple of days, which is pretty wild. And so I don't know if any of you guys jumped in on that. I personally told you guys that I was not going to partake in that situation. But let's see. It's still out there basically that people are, people are trying to get the Celsius community to rally around and get together to basically buy Celsius and set it at orders to sell like $100, where it's currently at about 85 cents. And when this whole thing started, Celsius was about in the 50-cent range. So unfortunately, not a ton of information when it comes to an update on Celsius, but I just wanted to give you guys the information that I have here. Some people are still like, that they think that Celsius is just a victim in all of this, and they're very much so defending them. I myself think that they should have taken a lot more measures to keep our funds safe and protect all of us from a ton of volatility in the market. So that is all that I have for you today. If you want to keep your coins safe and off of exchanges, I personally love my Ledger Nano S. I encourage you to look into getting one as well. I have a link down below. That's all that I have for you today. Is always go out there and create a portfolio that you love.